Imagine waking up tomorrow to a world where chance no longer rules your life, where every coincidence you experience, from thinking of someone and them calling you, to that strange dream that seems to foretell something, carries a profound meaning, a secret connection to your deepest self. Today, you will discover that there is an explanation for those impossible coincidences you felt, and that science, no matter how hard it tries, cannot erase them. This is not magic, nor cheap esotericism. This is one of the most fascinating and revolutionary theories of the 20th century, born from the mind of Swiss psychiatrist Carl Gustav Jung. He called it synchronicity. And to explain it, let me tell you a story that seems taken from a movie. Jung had a patient, a highly rational, educated woman, a know-it-all, who blocked any progress in her therapy with the impenetrable wall of her logic. One day, she told him a dream. In it, someone gifted her a valuable golden scarab, a dazzling jewel. As she recounted this dream, Jung, sitting with his back to the window, heard a soft tapping sound. He turned around and saw a large insect trying to enter the dark room. Upon opening the window and catching it mid-flight, he discovered it was a golden scarabid beetle, the closest thing to a golden scarab that could exist. He showed it to his patient and said, "Here is your scarab." That single event, that impossible coincidence, shattered the ice of her rationalism. Her therapy was able to continue successfully. But what had happened? Mere luck? A statistical fluke among millions? For Jung, no. It was proof of a hidden principle governing reality, the causal connection. Our world is based on causality. You drop a glass, it breaks. Cause and effect. Synchronicity proposes that there are connections not explained by cause and effect, but by meaning. It is the parallelism between an internal state of your psyche dream, a thought, an emotion, and an event in the external world, united not by a physical chain, but by the sense they hold for you. Jung classified these impossible coincidences into 3 categories. The first is what his patient experienced, the coincidence between a psychic content and a simultaneous external event, like dreaming of someone and that person calling you when you wake up. The second occurs in space, having a vision or a foreboding about something happening miles away, like feeling a tightness in your chest at the exact moment a loved one has a distant accident. And the third, the most bewildering, projects into time, dreaming or intuiting with vivid detail an event that has not yet happened, a premonition that later comes true. Now, this is the point where most people say, that's impossible. It's magical thinking, it's self-deception. And here comes the controversial element, the bomb that Jung and his allies placed under the foundations of materialistic science. To give substance to his theory, Jung did not turn to psychics, but to one of the most brilliant physicists in history, Wolfgang Pauli, Nobel Prize-winner in physics, and one of the fathers of quantum mechanics. Together they published The Interpretation of Nature and the Psyche. Why a quantum physicist? Because the physics of the very small, the quantum world, had already dynamited the idea of a predictable causal universe. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle, supported by Pauli, demonstrated that at the fundamental level of reality, you cannot predict everything. Particles are entangled, connected instantaneously beyond distance, defying the law of local cause and effect. Pauli and Jung saw in this a physical model for synchronicity. If 2 particles can be causally united, why not mind and matter? As their collaboration, the Pauli-Jung conjecture suggests that the psyche and the physical world are 2 aspects of a single, unknown reality. But there's more. Jung found resonances of his theory where few Western scientists dared to look, in Eastern philosophy. While Western thought, child of the Enlightenment, worships causality and linear time, Eastern thought Taoism, the I Ching that Jung studied extensively, conceives the universe as an interconnected totality. In this view, all elements vibrate in synchrony. Every moment of the universe has a unique quality, and everything that occurs at that instant is imbued with that same meaning. Consulting the I Ching, where the apparent chance of tossing coins reveals a hexagram full of sense, is for Jung a pure act of synchronicity. Time is not an arrow, but a web. And here we arrive at the deepest core, the hidden engine of these impossible coincidences, the collective unconscious and archetypes. Jung proposed that, in addition to our personal unconscious, there exists a psychic substrate common to all humanity, an ocean of primordial symbols and patterns called archetypes. The hero, the shadow, the great mother, the anima and the animus. When we live through a situation charged with archetypal meaning, a birth, a death, a deep love, an existential crisis, we activate these colossal psychic forces. And it is then that synchronicity acts most powerfully, as if the universe, through chance events full of meaning, were guiding us, responding to the intensity of our inner world. Of course, skepticism is fierce and legitimate. Conventional science dismisses synchronicity as pseudoscience. Critics point to confirmation bias. We vividly remember the one time we thought of someone and they called, but we forget the 1,000 times we thought and nothing happened. Mathematicians like John Allen Paulos remind us of the law of truly large numbers. In a world with billions of people and events, the improbable is not only possible, it is inevitable that it will happen to someone. An event with a 1 in a million probability happens thousands of times a day on a global scale. Are synchronicities just the statistical noise of a vast universe, which our pattern-seeking brains mistakenly interpret as a signal? This is the great question, the great debate. Do we live in a dead mechanical cosmos, where meaning is an illusion we create to endure the void? Or do we inhabit a living, participatory universe, where consciousness and matter dance a mysterious dance, connected by threads of meaning that transcend space and time? Jung did not ask for blind faith. He asked for observation. He invited you to keep a journal, to pay attention to your dreams, to chance encounters, to repeating numbers, to books that fall into your hands at the precise moment. Because at its core, synchronicity is a theory about meaning. And meaning is not measured in a laboratory. It is experienced in life. So the next time you live through one of those impossible coincidences that leaves you breathless, don't dismiss it immediately. Ask yourself, what was happening inside me? What emotion, what dilemma, what unanswered question occupied my mind? Perhaps, just perhaps, you are not hearing the chaotic noise of chance. You were receiving a message from the universe, or from the depths of your own psyche, which are perhaps, as Jung dreamed with Pauli, one and the same. If this journey to the frontiers of mind and matter has stirred something within you, if you've had your own experience of synchronicity that science cannot explain, now is the time. Share it in the comments below. This is not a monologue. It's a collective conversation about the mysteries that unite us. Give it a like if you believe there is more to reality than what our eyes can see, and subscribe to keep exploring the depths and peaks of psychology together. The adventure is just beginning.